Ooh, yeah. It's that time again. RL and Jenny on the mic, let's go. Welcome to the show where the people get heard. Everyday voices, every thought, every word.
Entertainment, politics, love and life. We break it all down every Tuesday night.
If you wrote a new book or you're building up a dream, got an organization or a message for the team,
Pull up a chair, come and share what you know. We open up the floor, let the conversation grow.
it's Overflow,
The Everyday People Show.
with RL and Jenny, yeah, they always keep it real, you know. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, we go live. Tune in, tap in.
Let your story come alive, overflow.
Let your voice overflow. From the headlines to the hard lines, we talk about it all. Real folks, real stories, no topic too big or small. Overflow, the Everyday People Show. RL and Jenny, let the conversation flow. Every Tuesday at 7. Every Tuesday at 7. Every Tuesday at 7. Overflow.
Every day you let us go.
The mic is muted.
Welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. It's glitching or something. It looks like it's glitching. But it's not glitching over here. I don't know why it glitches right there. But anyway, y'all, welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. I'm your boy RL, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the blog. It feel like something off, don't know. Yeah, I feel like something off. But anyway, y'all, welcome to the show. Tuesday. How your day been, Jenny from the block?
Busy.
Got a
Very
headache? You still
full.
got a headache? A little bit.
It's going away.
Oh, you don't want to know you had a headache. Gutting it
It's
out.
okay. I'm human. Yes, it's been a long day. I didn't get off work till 6 o'clock, so it's a full
All right,
day.
then. Y'all share this live. Y'all please just share this live, ma'am, sir, with a friend, in a group or something like that. Just always ask y'all to just please share this live. Let me check and see, check it in. Just share this live, y'all. We got a lot to chop up today, man. We got a lot of questions we want to ask y'all. Like your thoughts on what would drive a man to kill his own kids. In case you didn't hear, the man shot. I think they say 7 kids with his, and one was somebody else's kid in Shreveport, Louisiana. He shot and killed his own kids, man. And I've been hearing a lot of people saying he's something wrong with him, but some mentally ill. But obviously he mentally is messed up.
Right.
But to what extent do you could say you could excuse him for like having mental issues?
Well,
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get
well,
into
he
it.
has them for sure.
Or we can just get into it now. Then you know what I'm saying?
No, we can go ahead and do the other topics.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about does the president leading with lawlessness reflect society? Reflects in society. Can we be real about that? Is what Jan want to know. Can we be real about that? And also, are people rethinking retirement plans due to inflation in the war? What else we talking about? And has religion taken over politics? There's a lot of religion, a lot of Bible verses being quoted, and you know what I'm saying? Trump posting pictures of him being Jesus and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the man. I don't know. You heard of the guy who's over the military? He's supposed to be quoting he's supposed to be doing a prayer, but what he was actually doing, he was quoting a prayer from Pulp Fiction. I don't know you.
No, I did
Yeah,
not
he
hear
was
that.
pretty much saying it. He was pretty much saying it word for word with what the name Samuel L. Jackson was saying when he was finna kill the young kid. I seen I ain't never seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's crazy, but I don't quite remember what was said, but it was a crazy movie. So I can't imagine what they pulled from it to title as a prayer.
So he was pretty much saying it word for word, man. I'm talking about like so let's get into that. So do you think religion is too do you think it's too much religion in politics now? You got Paula White comparing Trump to Christ.
Yeah.
And you got Trump, comparing himself to Christ. So so do you think it's too much religion? This is why they say they separated religion from
church and state.
Church and state. That's why they want to separate church and state.
Well, I feel like when you have the type of religious, I call them stunts that they're pulling right now in politics, I don't think it's a good thing. To me, only if you're truly like plugging in things that are helpful, that comes from a religion. I don't see the point of it. I think they're misusing it, and I think that it is I don't know. It's not. I don't like what I'm seeing. Um, I think they're preying on and playing on the hearts of people who really are in religions of Christianity or whatever else. But I don't feel that it's a good thing because I think they're misusing it. So I don't agree with it right now.
Yeah, I think they purposely doing it. They're using a lot of Bible verses because they know a lot of. I think they think Christians are weak, man. I'm gonna be honest about it. I think they think that Christians are gullible.
Of course,
gullible people. They will believe anything.
Yeah.
That that has that's attached to God.
Right.
If you attach Christ and God to it, they feel like people will believe it. So I think in doing that, they trying to connect. They try to get a lot of people to connect Christ with everything they're doing.
Right.
So he was quoting a prayer by what Samuel L. Jackson was saying in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it in a second. Okay. What you think about that?
Well, I do feel that history has proven that as Christians, we are gullible because when we're in these services, we can get talked out of our rent money. And as long as it's something saying God said and God told me, and this is what the word says, again, not that the word is wrong, but it's misusing it and twisting it to put people on guilt trips and to make them feel like, well, if you have faith in God, then you should do this, you should do that. And so it's just a misuse of it. And so they know, like you said, if God's name is attached to anything that's supposedly in the Bible, then people are going to just run with it. So that's what I see.
Yeah, and I notice a lot of, especially conservative, everybody got a cross around their neck. And I think it's not that they believe that much in Christ. I think it's symbolic. It's to make people think that they are Christians. I mean, and they might be Christians. I'm not gonna say that just because you're a Christian, you're a perfect person. But I think it's to draw people in to say, look, hey, I'm safe. I'm a Christian. You can believe what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And all the while they lying while they saying it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me play this. Let me play this video. The guy Pete Hegseth, who's supposed to have been given a prayer.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've seen the movie.
He was word for word with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's an old movie, so I forgot.
Yeah. So he was kind of word for word with it, with the prayer, but he was really quoting something out of Pulp Fiction. Let me play it. This Pete Hegseth, he's over the military.
Which leads me finally to a prayer that I'll read, which was also handed to me a couple of days ago, delivered from the lead mission planner of Sandy 1. Sandy 1 were the A-10s that were a part of the daylight rescue mission of 44 Alpha, Dude 44 Alpha out of Iran. And if you know anything about Sandys, their job is to bring those A-10s and put them in between the enemy and that down pilot. And so their job is to literally sacrifice themselves for someone else. And in Iran, in contested territory, that's exactly what they did. They call it Caesar 25:17, which I think is meant to reflect Ezekiel 25:17.
Well, there's this passage I got memorized, sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17.
The path of the downed aviator
The path of the righteous man
is beset on all sides
is beset on all sides
by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
And I will strike down upon thee with
And I will strike down upon thee with
great vengeance and furious anger
great vengeance and furious anger
those who attempt to capture and destroy my brother.
those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
And you will know my call sign
And you will know my name
is Sandy One
is the Lord
when I lay my vengeance,
when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
and amen. So this prayer was recited by Sandy One, which is one of the Sandys, to all Sandys, all
So I could just see people in the crowd saying, "No, I heard this. I heard this somewhere. Now, where have I heard this prayer?" You know what I'm saying? So he's up there quoting it like, you know what I'm saying, like it's something, like it's a heartfelt thing. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually just somebody gave him something to say that was actually in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And just think the people who's in the crowd some people think he's really praying for real.
Mm.
And that's how you can easily be deceived. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why God said you got to be careful of false prophets, man, because you know what I'm saying? And Pete had said he does that a lot. He's trying to implement Christ and God in a lot of war talk.
Mhm.
I mean, you mixing God and war in the same sentence. So
And some of it is scriptural, like God in His Word talks about war and stuff like that. But I think it's more to again appease people who are Christians and to appease the Christian, what are they called, nationalists. Like we understand what's happening, but people who are just like, I feel like they're hoodwinked. They run with whatever is said just because there is a God face to it. I just think it's wild. I don't subscribe to none of that.
and it's almost the question almost is now what does it mean to be Christian now? I mean, the lines
confusing these
the
days.
lines between a Christian and they're so blurred now.
Yeah.
Because they put it because they try to blur the line within politics and try to make it seem like this is God is on our side, this side to say God said this. So who's right? Who's wrong? Who are the real Christians? You know what I'm saying? It's like, will the real Christians please stand up? You know what I'm saying?
Well, then too, we have to look at the leader of our country. Although war does happen, war will happen, unfortunately. You still have to look at who our leader is, and we have to look at why things are happening. So to pull the scriptures in to try to defend it or make it excusable is just again to keep people thrown off of how wrong it is of how they're doing it. Because the way he's moving, I mean, it's illegal. I don't even know a whole lot about politics, but I can say I do understand that a lot of the stuff that our president has done is illegal. Some of the moves he's
Yeah.
made.
Yeah. And that's why he's really going in it with the Pope. I ain't never seen a man argue with the Pope. How are you who argues with the Pope, man, over theology? I mean, it's almost like arguing with the Pope over theology is like I don't know, it's like me arguing with a master mechanic over how to change oil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's wild.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
You're
get
not
it.
going to win the argument with the Pope over theology now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he tries it. You know what I'm saying? And now a lot of people are saying that they're not Catholic no more because Trump don't like the Pope.
Mm. And I think when we are looking at like the prayers that are said over Trump, and we're looking at key people who have been in the scene, like the religious scene for years, like Paula White, people who I guess have a name for themselves that people trust. If they don't understand really what's happening, then if they were thinking these people were, really who they say they are back then, and they still think that into this day, then I could see how they're tricked. I used to be a big follower of some of these pastors. I was. Paula White, Kenneth Copeland, like I can be really transparent about that, but because I was heavy in the church. And so
What changed?
what changed for me, I don't know if there was anything specific like an event. I just remember one day I had all these books. I had all these books by all these famous pastors, and something just clicked in my spirit. It's like something just came over me and was like, throw the books away. Like throw them away. This is not it. And saying and hearing in my spirit that it's not it wasn't about I was searching for something. It was more about it was just an understanding that this ain't is something ain't right about it. So I just threw all the books away. And I was a heavy like follower. And now I see why God pulled me away from that. Because when I tell you I was a heavy follower, I was sending money, I was going to conferences, I was buying the books, I was watching their television ministries. It was heavy for me. I was in it.
Yeah, and when I stopped believing in the man giving the message, because it's not about the person giving the message, it's about the message. The message. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the messenger, it's about the message. And a lot of time, a lot of people get caught up in the messenger. You know what I'm saying? And here's what happened. My church, I used to go to the church when I was a kid, a long time ago, and we were trying to raise some money for the church. So this old Fulton County stadium right here, and what they would do, they would let the church come get a booth at the stadium to sell popcorn and whatever, and beer and. You get a concession. You get a concession booth. And our pastor, let me say something. We were looking for our pastor because he was working the booth with us. So we went out. We went out looking for the pastor. He was sitting out in the stand drinking a beer. I'm like, this is no lie. This is no lie. So, and that let me know right there, man. This man is just a ordinary man. And I knew this at a young age. I'm talking about like a young age. You know what I'm saying? I knew this at a young age. I said, this man is just a man. He gonna do every other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't believe it. I lost a lot of belief in him when I saw that. You know what I'm saying?
And I can see that, especially as a child. You have a certain expectation that you just innocently have that's right. I mean, I don't even think there's anything wrong with that. I want to say that with where I was really caught up in a lot of these pastors and stuff, like
hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Napoleon Armstrong, you want to come on live? Follow the link at the bottom, man. Word for word. Follow the link at the bottom. You come on and have a conversation with us. You want to? It's put it in your put that every word you see https://StreamYard.com. Try to follow it, man. Let's see can you do that, follow that task right there. And come on up, man. We'll be glad to have you up, man. We you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna disrespect you, nothing like that. But
yeah.
I'd rather hear your voice, you know what I'm saying? But he said, what did he say? That was the Holy Spirit that came upon you to lead you and guide you. I guess he was talking about what you said.
And I agree, because there was no event that came over me or happened. It was just as a moment that I was just sitting. And now when I look back, I see what was happening. I was swooned in. Like I was just giving my money. Like all they had to say was, I need 5 people who gonna send this amount of money, and delayed obedience is disobedience. Go ahead and send that money in. If you don't, this gonna happen. And I was just like, I was so gullible back then. Because I just had this faith in God. It's like a scam. I mean, that's a strong word.
No, but
it's like a scam.
It is, because they take advantage of your love of Christ.
Yes.
They know how much especially if you're real deep into the Bible and you're a real spiritual person, they're gonna take advantage of you. Mm-hmm. They're gonna take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And back tie this back into politics, you notice it's the Republicans are the one who wearing the crosses and the quoting scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is politics. They this is why they separated church and state.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want the two to they didn't want you to the reason why they separated church and state because they didn't want one religion making policy based on their religion. And that's what Republicans are trying to do. They say they're doing it, but they, you know what I'm saying? They say, and they don't mind saying, you know what I'm saying, they putting the 10 Commandments in schools. Why would you put the 10 Commandments in the school when you got atheists going to the school? You got some people everybody don't believe in Christ. And that's the thing I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? You can't force people to be a believer.
But I'll tell you what's interesting though. It's so many religions, but Christianity is always in the center of debate. It's always in the center of something. And even with the politics now, no other religion gets
you know why?
this kind of attention, and it's a reason for that.
You know why? Because no other religions try to force themselves on anyone else, like Christians do. We try to force our way into people's heart. You can't do that. Only thing you can do is be the light that they need to see. That's if you be the light that if you got God in you, people will notice something. He's different than me. He's different than that person. What you got inside of you, and that's when you offer Christ to them.
Right.
In my opinion, that's my opinion.
Right, because it's and I'm gonna try to say this the best I can. Christianity is not about the religious acts or the things that you do. It's about your relationship with Christ, which is a reflection of your spirit of how you live and how you do things and how you treat people and decisions that you make. So it's different because it seems like all the other religions are more like mental, like you should think this way, live by these rules. And that's just me speaking. I don't really delve into a lot of other religions. I used to, but I understand that Christianity is more about your inner self, like your spirit self. So it's just to me interesting how it's always plugged into politics because I think it's just the strongest of all the religions, in my opinion, because of what it means. It's not that the other religions don't have good things about it, but it's more of an inner self, which is the most powerful because your inner self is what makes you make decisions it's not just about doing something, like it's about decisions that come from your heart and your soul. So I just think it's crazy that they're trying to use that in politics, and to me it doesn't feel genuine. So that's what I sense. It doesn't feel genuine.
Yeah, because it's almost like you know how Charlotte will say, must be two sides, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It must be two Christians, you know what I'm saying? It kind of feel that way, you know what I'm saying? You know, have you heard the Charlotte done it all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Must be two sides. So someone was like, it must be two Christians, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when people ask me what I believe in, I just say I'm a believer. Yeah. Because sometimes I feel ashamed and it's sad to say that I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Because you look around, who doing all the killing? I mean, who's starting all the wars? Right. Yeah. It's the Christian nation starting all the wars.
It's putting the Christian name to shame.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Life.
What's up, Life? What's going on, girl? You know what I'm saying? Pop in, pop up in there, pop up. You know what I'm saying? Hop in. You know what I'm saying? But anybody, y'all welcome. If y'all don't want to hop in, y'all just feel free to comment on some of the topics. Please, we ask y'all to please share this live, you know what I'm saying, to your page. But yeah, this topic we're talking about now has religion taking over politics, and I absolutely think it has, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to make this sound, it has destroyed politics. Mm-hmm. It has destroyed politics because what it has done, it has taken a theology, it has taken one group of people, one group theology, and try to implement it in laws and in policy. You know what I'm saying? And you can't implement policy based on your religion when everybody don't share the same religion you have? You know what I'm saying? What if a Muslim president take over? He said, "I want to. We're gonna go by Muslim laws." Everybody be outraged about that.
Well, this is the thing. I think that when it comes down to them doing that, is contradicting the actions of what they do, the policies they have, the decisions they make. It doesn't reflect what Christianity should be about. So it's confusing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
can say you don't believe in abortions, okay. You can say you don't believe in children having the power to decide if they want to be another sex other than what they were born. But then you still, on the other hand, you do all these other things to you know what I'm saying? Like, you do all these other things.
I think most people who vote Democrat, they're not for abortion. They're not for abortion. But on the other hand, I think people should have the ability to make that decision. You got to make that decision. Do you want an abortion or not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It should be totally up to the person.
Yeah, and you can't legislate. You can't make policies based on your religion. You have to give people the free will that God gives you to make a decision. Now, if you can't convince nobody not to have an abortion, what kind of Christian are you? Do you really believe in the God you believe in? Do you really believe He has the power like you say He has? That you just you can't force people to do something based on your religion, but you can be the light that they need to see who He really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it can be kind of tricky because we know murder is wrong, right?
Yeah, murder is wrong. Yeah,
and that's a tough subject though, because abortion is murder.
But let me ask you something.
But it's something still that's that is not. I don't even want to say.
Let me ask you something.
I ain't gonna even.
You're since we
it might come out wrong.
I mean, it come out wrong. You know what I'm saying? Correct it. You know what I'm saying?
No, because that's
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. In Napoleon, in Polo, you watching? I want you to explain to me, what does it mean in the Bible when they say it's a time to plant, it's a time to, harvest, it's a time to kill, and it says it's a time to kill, right?
Yeah.
What it mean?
Well, yeah, I mean that's a part of it. I think
it's always it's a time to kill. And what is the time to kill?
Well,
and
I know when war happens, lives will be lost, right? Wars are only created because of the fear of man and selfishness and just can't get along, and wanting to have power over other people. But it still happens. It's been happening since the beginning. When it comes down to when you take somebody's life, that's what people get into the law part of it, where it's not right for you to do that. So I think that's why when it comes to abortion, that's why it's a heavy topic to say that it's the same thing, but at the same time it's a separate type thing where a person may be in a situation where, just say, the baby they're carrying is going to cause maybe their life to end, and maybe the child's life is in jeopardy. I don't know. How can you prosecute somebody for that, for making a decision that may save somebody's life? So it's that type of.
I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? That type of ending,
like self-defense.
Yeah, that type of ending in life is something different.
Self-defense can be a time to kill. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
self-defense
it
can be a time to kill.
I think the whole abortion thing, even though it's wrong, it's individual situations where you can't.
People have to make decisions.
Yeah, you can't play God and tell somebody you better not do this because you don't know the reason why. Even though people do it for different reasons, sometimes it could be a threat to the mother's life.
I think most people
So
growing up, what I know about abortion is most people did it because of financial hardship. They don't think they're gonna be able to take care of. They don't want to take care of the responsibility to take care of the child. They just got too many now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
after they had like 3 or 4 of them. Okay, now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know how God gonna view that, but that's a personal it's a personal decision. Yeah, it's a personal decision that somebody has to make. Somebody has to make. You know what I'm saying? And God will be the ultimate judge on that. You know what I'm saying? But we're not. We can't judge what. You know what I'm saying? What happened with that? You know what I'm saying? So let's move on. Anyway, you gotta finish this up?
No, it's just, using politics. Using religion to blend it into politics to try to persuade people is wrong, especially when it's misused. Because there's nothing wrong with saying, this is right and this is what we need to do, to make society better. But then if you're gonna start putting it in there, then do it. Stop saying this piece and then you don't care about the homeless people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't care about people who are hungry that don't have like income to really bring about, the food for their family. So it's corrupt because you're trying to point out some things that really only God understands how to help people get through stuff like the abortion stuff and the transgender stuff. Like when it comes down to homelessness and food, like that's something you can do, and they don't even seem to care about that. But you want to talk about these other things that really isn't your business to try to, like you say, legislate. Although, however right or wrong it is, it's just like if you're gonna do this, then you need to do that on the other side too. So it's just tactics, I think, to try to get people to believe in what they're doing, and it's just a lot of crazy stuff they're doing.
Yeah, if you guys are watching on Instagram, you can go to our YouTube page. I don't know how the view look on Instagram. We're just trying something different. But you can go to our YouTube page, Overflow, the Everyday People Show with RL and Jenny Live, or you can go to our Facebook page with the same name, Overflow, the Everyday People Show. Or you can go to my page on Facebook and follow from there. So let's get into something else, man. Heartbreaking story, man. Guy kills 8 kids, and 7 was his own kids, in my opinion. I think there was some demonic, and I see a lot of people talking about mental health. Mental health, I believe in mental health, but I think a lot of time we use it as an excuse. I think mental health has become the excuse of the year now. The excuse everybody want to use. Oh, y'all need to check y'all mental health. What you mean check your mental health? What would cause you to kill your own children?
That is spiritual and mental what he did. Because you have to hate somebody to kill them the way that he did. Because it was obviously, he had to drive to all these different spots. So he was thinking about it.
No, I think
It was like 3 different locations.
I think it was 2 locations, but I think most of the kid was killed at home. They even said one of the kids was trying to get out of the window, and they found one of the children dead on the roof. You know what I'm saying? See, like the garage, the garage is like under the window, and they say one of the children tried to get out the window and was shot, and they found one of the children dead on the garage roof. So it's crazy, man. Let me play a little bit of this guy. He know a little bit more about it than me. Let me play a little bit of this video of this guy talking about it. Yeah, it's crazy.
They are going to paint the narrative of this scenario. A lot of times when these situations happen, it's normally, I just have to admit, white people that's killing all of their family and their children. And with that, they always bring up the mental health issue. Definitely something was wrong with the brother, or it could have been, one of those instances where he just lost control. Talking about domestic disturbances, those are very high emotionally charged situations. And so, a lot of those acts or those incidents do turn deadly and violent. And so, but this is definitely a shame. Once again, as you look at all the pictures of him with those children, I assume those are all the children that are deceased. Him with some more children, and him with him again. He's smiling, looking, like nothing is wrong. And that may have been a recent picture. And I assume this is him with the other lady that was in the picture with him from earlier. They look like the epitome of happiness. That looks like, some rings up there. So they may be married as well. But this is definitely a sad situation that happened on a Sunday morning. And so this is also off the heels of another Black man, Justin Fairfax, the former lieutenant governor of Virginia, who also unalived his wife and himself in a situation involving domestic situation. So, just prayers to the family. Once again, if you are in one of those situations, handle it, with safety, and with logic, and I know that's easier said than done, but, you have to be careful of who you're with, be knowledgeable of who you're with and who the person is that you have chose to share your life with and procreate with, because you're going to have to deal with that person for a long time, especially when you're dealing with kids involved. So once again, rest in peace to the brother, the family.
Yeah. So,
Well, mental health is a crisis right now. With it's just too many things happening where our minds are just overstimulated. Like, and if you already have problems and you're not seeking help, and help looks different for everybody. Help could be going to a counselor. Help could be talking to a friend. Help could be crying and just sitting alone with God and being real about, what you're struggling with. It can look different. It could be joining some support group, but we don't take care of our mental health as much as we try to take care of our physical health. And our spiritual health, what? We go to church. So whatever that is. Um, our minds are
well,
just like constantly.
maybe a lot of people just ain't spiritual people. So you got to be spiritual to take care of your spiritual health.
I
You know what I'm saying?
definitely
And I
agree.
think a lot of people are just so
Yeah.
disconnected from spiritual things that they don't know how to react. Their reaction is not what God gonna think about what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their reaction is about this might relieve me of the pain that I'm
Right.
feeling.
Right.
Whatever it was.
It's just all in their head, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to connect the two to even have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So your mind is constantly running, like it's running while you're sleeping. And so you have to have a sense of who you are. You have to have a sense of your existence, because there is life after this, whether you believe it or not. Doesn't matter. It's still, there is an existence beyond this body. So once you start making decisions, if you do have some type of spirituality, you know that, hey, this will pass. Like, I don't have to make this type of decision because this temporary feeling is just overwhelming me. Like, sometimes if you have to run off and go drive off somewhere screaming, do what you got to do. I mean, it's just, this world is so full of a lot of things, and when you have your own personal problems and you don't ever get support, and if you too prideful, or if you're too within yourself where you don't want to share with nobody because you're ashamed, you don't think anybody will understand, you think they'll judge you, then you really up against a lot, because these demons don't care. They gonna corner you and make sure you get to a point where you don't want to be here. And then if you don't want to be here, you might be willing to take somebody else with you, and that's wrong. It's
Yeah.
wrong.
And I don't condone nobody harming nobody. But usually, like you said, it wasn't like the governor, he killed his wife. He didn't kill his children. And even that is horrible. You know what I'm saying? But for you to kill your wife and your children, I mean, and like you said, there's normally something we don't. That's not in our. That's normally not something in our DNA. That's just something you don't too much hear us. You know what I'm saying? Killing children, killing our children too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a black man. That's your pride and joy. Your mama and your children. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not condoning doing that to a lady, but I've seen a lot of situations where that has happened. But they didn't touch the children, and the children was in the house with them. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, you know what I'm saying? He killed his wife and the children. And like I say, it's nothing. There's nothing. I think everybody got to have a belief system. What is your belief? I mean, I'm not saying Christianity or Buddhism has to be your belief system, but you can have your own self-centered belief system. I mean, why hasn't he done that before? You know what I'm saying? What was stopping him from doing that?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
So we don't have that strength. We can carry that strength for so long, but realistically, the God that created you is the one that can help you. Like we can convince ourselves we shouldn't do this or this is the consequence, but the spirit is always warring with the flesh, like every day, all day long. So when you are struggling with something where you feel like you want to make moves like that, you have to like almost run to the hills, and that could be, like I said, a friend. It could be, I don't know. It could be whatever it takes because we are warring against the flesh and the spirit all day long. And if a
Well,
person
what he
doesn't,
did weren't running for. He had to run further than the hills for what he did. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make light of it.
I'm not even laughing
This
either.
dude
I'm
had
like
bigger
saying
issues than running outside yelling. You know what I'm saying?
but
But I feel what you're saying.
We don't always maybe feel we can talk to someone. We don't know, and I ain't gonna even try to speculate what made him do that. We don't know what makes a person do something that drastic, but something was going wrong within him. And if he didn't ever go to anybody to say, "Hey, I'm going through this. I'm feeling this way. Like I need help." If you don't ask for help, then you're by yourself. And when you don't have a relationship with God, you're definitely up against the odds of making the better decision. It's tough.
So what he should have went to somebody saying, "I'm having thoughts of
Absolutely.
hurting my children."
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And people don't like the process of that because sometimes once you say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this," then they're gonna come put you somewhere, and then you got to be there. Then it might be on your record that you have been in this type of institution or whatever for mental health, suicide thoughts and stuff. But in the long run, it's better to go that route than to actually go through the act itself and then permanently never have a recovery. Whether it's your own life, whether it's the people's lives that you took. I mean, you have to have help. I mean, however you need it. It in the long run, it saves you or saves someone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Triplet.
Welcome, Mo. How are you?
Hey, what's up, people? How y'all doing?
What's going on, Mo?
Good.
How you doing, brother?
It's all good, man. I had to jump on here because I heard the discussion and something jumped in my head, and I don't want to derail your discussion, but it's
Oh no, brother, it's you. It's your platform too, my brother. You know what I'm saying? By all means.
I just had to because I wrote something on this and I wanted to I feel like this is a good opportunity to just say it and see what people think. But the larger issue, there's even a larger issue with what this discussion is, and that is how, first of all, because I don't even know the situation, but what I do know is a man had a moment, lost his mind, and killed his family. That's all I know. But also, just being on this earth, I do know that healthcare, mental health care for Black men is is really lacking, or is so unaffordable that we can't even pay to get it. So, in my opinion, it's a psyop. it's part of the whole mechanism to keep us in a position so that we can't heal ourselves, we can't get better. Because if he has a real problem, because think about this, some people saying, okay, he did that, but he's not really crazy. They're gonna run through all those motions. But if he really had a mental condition, then this falls in line with what I'm saying, and that is that it goes back to healthcare. You know, a lot of people walking around here with issues, man, that can't get them fixed. And like I said, I don't want to derail your show, but I just wanted to make that point.
No, that makes a lot of sense because counseling, the cost of counseling, if you don't have insurance, and even if you have insurance, is expensive.
Incredible.
Yeah, it is. Like 1 hour can be over $100 just to get an hour in. And what if you need to go weekly? So that's what 400 a month
Yeah,
just for that type of care. I've been in counseling before. I've had cognitive behavior therapy before. It's expensive.
very.
And and so but it's helpful. Like everybody don't believe in it, but it is amazing. It did wonders for me.
So in that, oh, go ahead, Robert. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, whatever happened to um talking to the old lady down the street or the old man up the hill? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We used that used to be our therapy, grandmama them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, whatever happened, go talk to the elders. Go talk to a trusted friend who's gonna keep your secrets safe. You know, somebody who you can just vent to.
But it's rare.
And a lot of mental illness is somebody who you just want somebody to
Right.
acknowledge what you feel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's instead of you
Yep.
validating what you should do.
Right. I totally
And you
agree
just
with
need
you.
somebody to listen to you
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying, and validate your feelings. Hey man, what you feeling is real. I remember, and you know what I'm saying. I remember this. I remember I had to go through this.
Right.
You lost your job. You're not the first one to lose your job, man. You just gotta believe that you're gonna find it again.
Right.
You're gonna go through some hard times. And
Right.
I think in these days, in 2026, in these modern days, we want everything to be rosy. And I think a lot of mental health come from that, where people think everything gonna be rosy for me. I mean, I can tell you many times I felt like my world was crashing down, but I never got to the point where I feel like I'm gonna hurt somebody because how I feel. I just say I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna go through this shit, and then I'm gonna get it over with. I'm gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us had moments where we've been through stuff. And if we made it through the last time, what make you think you ain't gonna make it this time? I'm not lessening mental health. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to say a lot of this mental health stuff can be solved with you just having someone to go to talk to about it.
I agree.
If you had to.
And it's rare. So like the people that you're speaking about, like the older people, um, it's a lot of our old elders are not even here. And then the ones of us that are coming up into that age where we can be that person, we too distracted doing other things. Like we're not even cultivating that type of relationship to give to our younger people. Because some of us, and I'm not saying me, you, and anybody watching particularly, I'm just saying there is a wave of us that are getting older that's trying to keep up with younger people. Just everything is about the here and now, the fun, and nobody's really giving good advice. I've had an older woman tell me some stuff that I'm like, you supposed to be telling me something that I need to hear that's gonna make me better, not telling me I need to do something that is like, kind of on the, shady level. So we have to become those people because I feel like there are some older elders in our lives, but they're rare. I mean, they're rare, and a lot of them are dying off.
But it don't have to
It's
necessarily be
different.
a elder. It could be a trusted friend.
I agree.
Somebody you know. Somebody. I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody they can talk to
Right.
who can hold a secret.
Yes.
Who they can just really pull out to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to have that. You
Everybody
have
got
to.
somebody I think everybody got somebody they know I can pour into this person.
Yes.
And they won't be all in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
oh, sorry about that. I was just gonna say, I agree with you both, but I understand what Jenny was saying because one of the things that I realize is that the people who already went through certain things, they're the ones to get the advice from. I made tons of mistakes, growing up. So guess what? I got a lot of information right now. Y'all better come to me, man. I messed up so many times. I recovered from that. So I know how to deal with certain things, So that's why I think that's where elder would come into play. Somebody younger might not have experienced certain things, but the older person, they probably have. So that's I just want to say that.
Right. And support groups are amazing. Like if you get with people that are struggling with the same thing you're struggling with, then number one, you feel and understand you're not by yourself. And then you can also, have the grace to be able to not feel like, ashamed or feel like you'll be judged. And then you can get whatever answers you need to be a better person in that area that you're struggling with. I mean, it's so important. And we can't afford it if we don't have the money. And so if you don't have the friends, then you're by yourself. If you don't have a relationship with God, then you're by yourself. There are some people who are totally like alone. Like they don't go to anybody.
Well, I feel like this. Once you do the act, you don't get to use mental health. That's just my opinion. If you don't do it to yourself, if something wrong with you, do it to yourself. Why would you take the lives of innocent kids? You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, I think this is beyond mental health. I think this is just demonic. This is some demonic stuff, and I don't think this guy gets to use. I don't think he gets to use the mental health excuse. I'm not mental health excuse. I don't think he get to use mental health as a reason. And now the focus is on mental health again. Because a demonic dude killed some children. Instead of saying this dude was demonic, it was demonic. You have to be demonic to look at your children.
Absolutely.
And look at eight of your children in the eyes and shoot and kill them. You have to be a demonic person, not a person who's going through mental health, in my opinion. So I think he's getting too much credit with this mental health. They're giving him too much credit by saying mental health. The people that got to check your mental health. No, this man was demonic. And people need to start recognizing they with demonic people before they do something demonic. You know what I'm saying?
It was spiritual.
So let me say this. So yeah, Robert, I was on that plane one time, man. And my wife got
now. Let me give me the disclaimer. That was Robert's opinion.
No.
Okay. Go ahead. I just had to put that in there, Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no question. But I had that same opinion at one time. But just going through life and getting information, it changed over time because my wife has a psychology degree, and so in talking with her, it kind of shifted my opinion on this because I thought the exact same. What you just said, Robert, that's a quote out of my mouth, man. And then she was telling me though that psychology is complex, man. People can go in and out of different phases and different states. You could because I was like, if you crazy, so I'm gonna just say this: if you crazy, you should be in the corner drooling or something. She said, no, it doesn't work like that. She said that they can compartmentalize and they can have one aspect of them could be let's call it this killer person. One aspect of them could be this killer person. Another aspect of them could be highly intelligent, and depending on where they are in the circumstances, you might not see the demonic, let's call it demonic guy. You may never see him. So it's that's why they got to have psychologists. That's why they got to get therapy, because it's not something that we can diagnose.
So let me ask you something, Mo. So if a guy, he's let's say the guy was married. Let's say it was because his wife say, "Look, I'm putting you out. I'm moving on with you." Does that consider is that a mental health issue? Now because now he gonna say, "I'm gonna make you suffer. I'm gonna kill all the children." Is that mental health or it's just demonic? In my opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So my answer would be I don't know, because I don't know his history. That's why the first thing.
How did we decipher like if this is just a mental health episode or it's just a stupid dude a jealous, stupid dude who did something real stupid and demonic? How do we decipher that? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah,
because it seemed like looking over the internet and all that. It seemed now everybody talking about mental health again. It's almost like he's getting excused or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you know how I like analogies, right? So the mechanic can diagnose your car. The psychologist can diagnose your brain. So unless one of those dudes get in there and diagnose the brain, I can't tell you what's going on. I'm on the outside looking at, I don't know. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're so right, RL. It's a demonic spirit that brought this man to do this.
Yeah, it's a connection. I think the two go together because even if you are a spiritual person, you can still struggle with bad thoughts.
Mhm.
And
Everybody have bad
that's
thoughts.
what I'm saying. Right. But see, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Hold on.
How can some people control their bad thoughts?
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? You got to control
let
it.
me help you. Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
It's the connection is okay. Like you can be a person that have a relationship with God and you understand everything about, this life has its troubles. Troubles don't last always. When we get to the other side, it'll be better. And that's if you choose in Christ. And that's if you believe in him. Okay. When you have a faith, you can sit down and even if you're thinking a crazy thought, the spirit will regulate you and help you to see it ain't worth it. Like you're feeling overwhelmed will pass. Okay, you got a bunch of bills. You don't have enough money to pay child support, or this person getting ready to leave you. You going through a divorce, or this person hurt you. I mean, if people have a range of emotions. I don't care how saved they are in a close relationship with God. People think crazy things. So when you're feeling that way, the Holy Spirit in you will help regulate your thoughts because it is demonic. You have to hate to kill. Like not to, you know what I'm saying? You have to hate to kill the way that he did. And so he was dealing with hatred. And when you have hatred in your heart, that's a murdering spirit. So he was dealing with both.
But I don't think he didn't hate the children. He had.
Well,
he hate them. I mean,
so if you can kill somebody the way he did, you have to hate them. You can't love somebody and kill them. I
think he wanted her to feel I think he wanted to hurt somebody else by killing the children. He think they're gonna hurt the people who he's trying to reach to.
Hatred,
you know what I'm saying?
Hatred and murder go together.
You know, huh?
Hatred when it's like that and murder when it goes together. When it's murder.
No, what I'm saying, what kicked it off, he feel like if he hurt them, he hurt somebody else who's still living.
But we don't even know who it was about. You know we don't even know why he did it.
So I think that
he did it.
Oh, sorry about that. I think you guys' conversation is associated with somebody with normal thinking, though. There's people out there that's not thinking normally. So you got to take that third position into account as well. You know?
Yeah, I get all that, man, but
I think it's both. I think it's demonic and mental struggle.
Yeah.
I think it's both combined.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because your mind is so powerful. God is always telling us to renew it.
I
know that
everybody needs mental health. Everybody going through mental health issues.
Absolutely. And if you living on this earth,
everything
you
is
living on this earth, you're gonna have some mental health.
No, but we looking at mental health like it's a something that
I'm not looking at it like that.
No, we're looking at it like something is to be excused for.
Yeah, you mean like the public, like saying that
something he should be. He was going through something. We should have got him some help. Like he should have got some help.
And he may have.
He should. After he had 3 children, he should have said, "Now this I'm done. This I can't financially deal with this."
But we don't know if it was about finances. We don't know. We don't know that piece.
Just like we don't know it was mental illness.
It's both. You got.
It was just
you have to think about it.
It was just a whack job dude, in my opinion, who was jealous. Somebody going to leave him. He wants somebody to hurt. You know what I'm saying?
You had to think about it though.
Hurt people hurt people. That's what they always tell me. Hurt people hurt people.
One other factor though is it could have been a trigger point too, because I know, I've actually felt that where I'm in a certain situation, and then all of a sudden there's a trigger point that makes me go into a different space, and I'm like, whoa, hey, this I don't do this. What's going on? So something could have triggered them too, because you see these guys just snapping, and it's like, hold on, he had a normal childhood. Y'all seen these what these oh man, I forgot those brothers' names, but they seem like they had a normal childhood and everything. And next thing you know, they stabbing the parents up, and it's like,
You talking about the Menendez brothers?
Menendez, yeah, you got it, you got it. It's like they had money, they had normal childhood, everything. Next thing you know, they stabbing their parents up. Okay, something snapped, man. Something snapped, or they had a problem. But it's similar to what we're talking about here. Something's going on there. That's why you need psychologists to diagnose it, a psychiatrist or something.
Absolutely. Hey, Bridget. Hey, sis. I see you. Yeah, the times that we're living in is extreme. And the times are different. Like it's so much going on, so much overstimulation, so much information coming in. Just we don't even have time to sit sometimes in a park and be quiet and listen to birds. We seriously, because there's always something going on. If it ain't your job, it's the TV, it's the phone, it's so much coming in.
We control that though.
That's true. You have to make a conscious personal decision to say, I'm gonna take 45 minutes today to go sit at a park and watch a water fountain, listen to I do that.
I used to call in and say, I'm taking the whole day off. And no, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just taking the day off. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick.
And what we call it at our job is a mental health day. You got to take care of yourself. I mean, sometimes we can't control our environment. Sometimes work can be overstimulating. Sometimes we can be in settings that are just a lot happening all the time. So you have to take a break. Like it wasn't meant for us to be in these spaces where it's all this noise all the time. You have to sit down sometimes just to think about like how you even feeling, like even assess yourself and say, where am I? What's really going on with me? I mean, you can't do that when you're constantly busy and pushing the thoughts back, pushing reality back of something you might be struggling with. You got to get quiet, and it's too much noise. There's just too much going on.
I say it's a hamster wheel society, because you always on a hamster wheel. You're always running, And I'm just gonna say these things: you got to pay rent, you got to deal with your kids, you got to work extra hours, you got to pay all these bills. I mean, just think about it; it's a lot. And if you like you said, if you don't take a mental health day and recover, it's just like your body. You can't work out 24 hours a day and just keep going like that. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna break down and you might die. I don't even know. But you gotta rest. Every day we go to sleep, we take a rest and recover, right? Same idea.
Yeah. And it's serious. I think people are looking at mental health as a cliche thing now, but it's real though. It's real. We can't blame it for everything, but it's definitely real because everything we watch, everything we hear, our mind is absorbing it subconsciously, even when we sleep. I mean, the brain is always running, always.
Hey, I got a story for you guys, because I don't think I told this one. Unless you got something else, Robert. You want to?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I got a story, because this here falls right in line with what we're talking about, and it was this is how I learned that mental health day is definitely needed. But so I'm working. This when I was working 50, 60 hours a week, crazy stuff. And then my wife says, let's go do a staycation. All right. It's just like 10 miles away, a hotel, whatever, this and that. I'm like, are you crazy? We got our own house right here. I ain't gonna pay no $800 for 2 days to go to a staycation. Anyway, she wore me down, because that's what my wife does. She wore me down and I went. So when we got there, I still was a little grumpy, whatever. And man, let me tell you, after we checked in, it just felt like all the stress went out. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? It was little kids over here playing in the pool, people at the bar having drinks. The sun was out. It was a good time. and just I don't know, something mentally, man. It just changed my whole person in that moment. And I was just like, my goodness, this is amazing. This is what must happen with mental health days. This is what you have to do.
Mhm.
So I just want to
Yes.
throw it out there because I didn't know until
Right.
that.
And y'all did it together, and it was something that you had to see to understand what you wasn't seeing,
And
you
appreciate it.
know?
Yeah, and
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So that the $800 was nothing. I'm like, I would have paid twice. This is what happened, you know?
Right. Shoot, people spend $800 on clothes, and
Right,
shoot,
right.
you can't take away an experience. I mean,
Al
shoot.
Middleton said, "My question would be to you: Do you think there are demonic spirits as well as godly spirits in the world today?" My answer is yes, and I feel he looked demonic on his mug shots.
Now I agree. I saw his mug shot. I will agree with you on that. When I saw it,
But the
I was
mug
like,
shot,
"Ooh, he didn't
those
look."
mug shot had to be before this happened
Oh no,
because they shot. He got killed. So you know
Hey,
what I'm
but
saying. So
Robert,
I think it was a previous. The mug shot was
but that mug shot did look demonic though.
yeah,
yeah, but the mug shot was a previous
It
arrest he
don't
had.
matter.
Yeah, I
You
Robert,
know what
understand.
I'm saying? It looked demonic on
yeah,
it.
you don't know how long he was suffering, Robert. He could have been suffering that day
Oh,
too.
Well, he been had demons in him. Then he should have saw it. Oh,
Lord bless
but
that whole
it ain't
family.
funny, man.
Ooh,
It's
Jesus, 'cause that was
it's to me. I think
that was a
it's.
lot. That was a lot to
I
put on
can't imagine. I
anybody.
can't imagine being related. I mean,
Mm-mm.
even
Right.
I'm not even related, and I feel like it
That's a
cause
lot
sometimes it seems like it blows over our head like what happened.
because we
And
hear so
I feel like
much. We get
we
desensitized.
we can we can so like I said desensitized.
Desensitized. Well, see what people have to do, and this is what I do. And I have to intentionally do this. I used to be this way, but now I have to be intentional. When I see reports like that, I actually sit down and think, like, what is this family going through? Like, they got to make funeral plans. They going to bed at night. They're crying. I actually try to think, what are they going through? And I cry because it's a story, for a few minutes, and then it goes away, and then we're going back to doing what we're doing.
Yeah,
Somebody,
yeah.
while that story is airing and going off, they still suffering. And I have to sit and think,
If I'm not
because I don't
mistaken,
want to ever be
I think one of his
insensitive.
child is still living. Cause
Yeah,
they say he killed. He had 8, but he killed 7. One of the kid wasn't here, so I guess one of his children still living. So that's
sad
crazy, man.
story.
That's gonna be like, and that child gonna need some
Yeah,
therapy
exactly,
every day.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Because we don't sin alone. When one person do something, it just keep going. You affect other people every time you do something wrong. Every time.
What you
yeah.
about to say? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, for just from my perspective, I go crazy if I try to take on the misery of the world. There's so much
Yeah.
misery in this world. I can't take on everybody's misery. I can acknowledge it, but I drive myself crazy if I every single time something happens because y'all know what happens in this world, man. There's so much
Mhm.
misery and hate and there's murder and there's people doing stuff they shouldn't be doing and sexual assault, all kind of stuff. Sexual
Yeah.
battery. It you couldn't turn the block, man. You couldn't even get up in the morning without hearing a bad story if you
Right.
focused on it all and acknowledged it all.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
you gotta
That's
regulate.
true. Yeah, you do. You have to have times when for me, I have times when I do, just so that I don't get insensitive to the situations that I see.
Right.
But I definitely know I can't personally internalize every story. I don't really watch the news. I think I watch it more now, but I used to not watch it. I think for about 10 years I didn't watch the news ever. For about 10 years. Yeah.
So you want to do some more? You want to do some? You want to get into more topic, or you want to do some relationship questions? You want
Let me
to do?
see
You
how
want to
much
do
time
cover
we
relationship
got.
questions? We got to get your Jenny thought. I mean,
Yeah.
quarter of the week. Let's do a few relationship questions. Let me ask you, what difference it is? Just a random one. Can a relationship truly recover from betrayal? or does it just learn to function with the scar?
Oh, that's a deep question.
That's a good one.
It's deep.
Can a relationship truly recover from betrayal, or does it just learn to function with a scar? Basically, if somebody cheat on you, or you just and
Betrayal can be a lot of
it can be,
things.
but that's the biggest betrayal in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's used as the big betrayal. Infidelity.
Okay, I'll try to answer. I think it can truly recover if the person who inflicted the offense or the pain or whatever, if they truly turned around from it, and I mean genuinely, like they turned around from it, they understood themselves, they got the help they needed to understand why they did it. If it was within the relationship, they may have felt provoked. Like all those things have to be understood. Like counseling needs to be in place. And the two people have to understand that they really love each other enough to say, I want to keep this, and it has to be a true change, and it has to be an understanding of why it happened, not to excuse it, but it has to be an understanding of why it happened. I think it's possible. It's just not easy.
Mm.
I think it's possible, but it's not easy because
Yeah.
because betrayals involve trust, and it involves having that trust broken, and so trust is something that's hard to recover.
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I think infidelity it gonna take a long time. But if somebody do something like real treacherous to you, like you know what I'm saying, some things are just not forgiving. You can't forgive people for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. And I'll say this, and it's probably, I don't know, it may be
because I heard story of
wrong, but
women, cleaning out men's accounts and all that behind their back. You know what I'm saying? Like he looking into
okay.
account. You
You
know,
mean like to
let's say
get
you got
back?
we saved
Or
up $10,000 as a couple, but I look in there and
oh,
we ain't
okay,
got the
I see what you're saying.
$1,500, and you ain't said nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, I think that's worse than cheating on me. You know what I'm
So
saying?
again, that involves trust, and trust is like the foundation of a relationship. If betrayal, whether it's stealing money, somebody cheating on you, whatever, trust is food. You have to work for it,
But see, the thing about
and that's
stealing,
that's
the
hard.
thing about somebody stealing money, I can control you from not stealing no money. I can't control you from not cheating. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but it's still a trust
I
thing,
can keep
though.
you from stealing my money.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
still
saying? So
trust,
I can control that. So
right?
by me by me controlling you not touching money no handling the money no more, now you feeling you gonna feel some kind of way. But I
Yeah,
would never be able to trust you with the money no more.
yeah. That is probably a different type of struggle. But when it comes down to, I think cheating, that involves so many layers, because you gotta find out, like, why you did it. Did you know Was
So
the
you
two
think
people involved have to really look at each other, say what created
so you
this?
think
It don't make it
so you
right,
think
but
infidelity is worse than somebody
I'm
stealing money?
I'm not saying it's worse. I'm just saying it's
Okay.
deeper because there's so many layers to it. Because you got to think about, like, okay, if two people are together and they really, really have made a commitment and they love each other, somewhere, if something happened for this person to go do that, the questions got to be asked. Are you just selfish? um are you don't know how to commit? Do you have insecurities? Am I doing something wrong? Like, the questions, the two people have to ask those questions. Like, is it something that other person is lacking that they're not giving? So that you have to have a sit down conversation and understand, like, what what was the triggers, what provoked it, um and then work towards finding a solution, if the agreement is that the two people going to try to stay together and work it out. Because sometimes people realize it ain't worth losing a whole person and somebody I invested in for this over here. Because then when you leave that relationship, guess what? You're gonna go to the next relationship and try to recover from the pain of that past. And then, if you don't ever understand who you are, where you were with that person, it's just gonna continue. So I think the two people have to get in a place of sitting down together and getting an understanding of what created it, and if they can even, if the person that was betrayed can even um let it go. And I think those factors you know have to be in place to just understand it. And it has to be a genuine change. If it's not a genuine change, person gonna always be looking over their shoulder, and then they're gonna be tempted to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, when they're in situations like that, they'll be tempted to do the same thing because they're gonna feel weirded out by, like, well, what was the point? Why did you blah blah blah? And it just creates like a dysfunctional relationship. So I think it's just extra layers to that over money.
What do you
Money
guys?
is
What's your
just
thoughts on
different.
this, bro?
Yeah, so Jenny said most of a lot of stuff that I was gonna say, but I'll just repeat what I wrote down here. You know, if the circumstances, I guess if the circumstances get acknowledged by both people and they both take responsibility because, you know, uh regardless if you're in a relationship with somebody, regardless if you did something wrong or not, you part of it, right? So y'all got to figure out how, what the hell went wrong. And um I'm not going to take the uh Jada and Will approach. With that circumstance, that's blown up, that's totally destroyed, forget about it, okay? It ain't fucking that. But people should be allowed to make a mistake, or have a, just have an issue. That's got to happen. It may happen. It's got to happen. And then, if your relationship's strong enough to deal with it, y'all deal with that. But that, not that red table stuff, y'all. Forget about that. And then,
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky because I think when you get older and you've already been through stuff, sometimes people just don't have the energy to keep on, like, because when you get older, you have to understand, like, I can deal with something in conversation with the person that I'm with, that may be a problem that may save me from going in that direction. If we just sit down and talk about it, I don't know. Like,
yeah,
it
that's
can, it takes maturity to do that.
Speak life says for sure financial issues will flatline a relationship. I
that
agree.
is
You know what I'm saying? Because once somebody steal from you, you
Oh,
can't.
I get
You
it.
don't be a fool to trust them
'Cause
with
that's,
money again. Because
again, that's your trust
yeah, because
thing.
that's something I can control. I can control not giving you no money. I can control who you give them cookies to. But I can.
Yeah, so that's why the best tool, I think the best tool in a relationship is open, honest communication. If y'all agree that, look, man, if you mess up, and this is, I think parents should be doing this too. If you mess up, come to me. Let's work through it. I ain't gonna be happy about it, but let's work through it and figure it out. But if you don't come to me and I find out later, all hell gonna break loose. And so
Yeah, it's just because you got to understand what, like, why.
right, right. So that's so, but most of us, like, I'm put myself. I just talk about me because I don't want to speak for anybody. But like, there'll be times where I've been scared to go broach the situation, and I just stay quiet. And guess what? Nothing gets done. It don't get fixed. Nothing happens. That's worse. But because I didn't feel like I had a safe space, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna have to deal with this for the next 3 weeks, and I'm gonna get beat up, as opposed to, all right, let's sit down, let's work this out, let's figure out, okay, what happened, what happened here, and let's have a conversation. I think if you create that space and forgiveness space for someone, things can work out better because y'all gonna make mistakes. Don't.
Well, sometimes people have deal breakers. They be like, somebody do that, I'm out. And so that kind of goes to the question. Some relationships
Until
can
they do
recover.
it.
Well,
Until they do it.
I know this woman. I'm gonna tell you. I know this. Well, I know this woman, and I ain't gonna say her name, but I know this woman. She said when she got married, she told her husband, she said, if you ever cheat on me, I'm gonna leave. She said because that's a deal breaker for me. And so at one point, some things happened, and he did, and she said, I had to go at, she said, as much as I didn't really want to, she said I had to keep my word. And she said I divorced him. She said, as much as I didn't want to, she said, but I had to keep my word because I know what I told him when I met him. And when we got married. So for some people, it's just,
I'm
it's
gonna tell
almost,
you something. If you don't fry chicken the way I want it fried, I'm gonna leave you.
oh,
I
dang.
gotta keep my word. I just-
Yeah, no,
okay.
that's I'll just say that's bad policy, man, because if you're in a relationship, your relationship changing every day. So to
Yeah.
say, if I said something to you, I'll make it up, 6 months ago, I might feel different about it today. So to say I'm doing it because it's my word, because I did it.
Yeah.
I said some stuff. I'm like, man, if this ever happened, I'm done.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a space where I'm like, I don't need to be done. We got some work to do, but I don't need
Yeah.
to be done. So
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone.
Betrayals are tricky, and it possibly can be, anything is possible, but I think people have to understand like the magnitude of um the damage it can do, because sometimes it's different for everybody. They can't recover from it because it may have been something they've already been through before and they don't want to go through it again, or it may make them feel like, well, why couldn't this be dealt with, like talked about before it went to this level? You know what I'm saying? Because it could be just a matter of somebody being selfish. Sometimes people, it may not even be nothing wrong in their relationship. Some people are selfish. There are selfish people that make moves like that.
I think the lady you talking about, she probably been cheated on so much.
Well,
She,
now
that
she's
was-
only been married one time.
that don't mean you ain't been. She could probably been in a
I don't know.
relationship though.
I don't know.
Whether you girlfriend or boyfriend, that cheating
Yeah, I
count too.
don't know.
So only cheating on account when you married.
So I don't know her past.
I'm asking you, cheating on account when you married.
Well, I'll say
Hold
this.
on, you need to have a hard line on
No,
that.
I'm having to think because I'm coming out of thinking about my
That was a simple
friend.
question. That was a simple.
No, I was thinking about my friend.
I'm not
so let
thinking
me
about
come
your
out of
friend.
that.
I'm asking you.
If you in a committed relationship, it's cheating.
Okay, that's what I'm asking
Yes.
you. So you can,
Yeah.
No, I was saying girlfriend and boyfriend is chill cheating, right?
So it is. It is.
That's all I'm asking you.
I was still thinking about my friend. I miss
You know what I'm
her. Like
saying?
I'm thinking about
Yeah,
her.
your friend been burnt so many times. She didn't want. She didn't
I don't know
like
that
skill.
though. I don't know. I know she's been through some things, but I don't know what exactly. I know she lost a baby.
Who married somebody? Say if who says that in a marriage? Like if you cheat on me, don't leave me.
I'm gonna tell you this. Her parents were together. Listen, her parents were together until one of them passed. So she grew up in a 2-family home, and they seem to have from what I understand, a good relationship. So I don't know.
You know how they say you spoke that into existence.
I don't know. I ain't gonna even go there because that's somebody who I know she went through a lot of things. I can't go into like her past before she met this man. But
all right, let's get into Jenny's quote of the week.
Oh gosh.
Let's see what your quote
From
of
the heart of the people, let the spirit flow. Higher motivation everywhere we go. Jenny's got the word, keeping faith inside. A little bit of heaven to make your week right. Let the cup run over, let the truth speak. It's time for overflow. And Jenny's quote of the week.
All right, Jenny's quote of the week, and it is
You are enough.
3 words.
Yes. Very short and simple. So to elaborate on that a little bit is that you being who you are is enough. It's not about what you do. It's not about what you have. It's not about the external validation that we like to get from other people. You are enough simply because you exist. It doesn't mean you're complacent. It doesn't mean you're not trying to grow. It just means you're not comparing yourself to other people. It means that you're not trying to think that you are less than, or you're even trying to be like overproving like something that about yourself that you think will make other people feel good about you. Just because you exist is why you are enough.
All right. Jenny's quote of the week: "You are enough." You want to elaborate on that? You want to you want to speak on that, Mo?
Oh, listen, that's powerful because I went through life in the comparison phase. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was stupid. Where I'm sitting today, it was dumb. I went through life. I was comparing. And the one thing I didn't take into account was that the position I was in was I started somewhere else. They started somewhere else. I started somewhere else. So all this comparing, where we at right now, it didn't even make sense. But I was hyper focused on it, and I'm like, well, if you got this, I could get that, and this and that, and I should have got this quote a long time ago. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, they get caught up in trying to be something for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you got to find the person who you are enough for. And a lot of people with people they're not enough for. So they're constantly trying to
reinvent themselves,
reinvent themselves. You know what I'm saying? Doing too much.
Or shrinking.
You know what I'm saying? Like the old folks say, you're doing too much.
Or shrinking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because you with the wrong people who constantly demand something of you that you're not. You know what I'm saying? And you just and I think a lot of times if you can get somebody who you are enough for, you can relax, man, and you can you know what I'm saying? You'll know who you are and you can achieve things, you know what I'm saying?
And being enough within yourself is again, you're growing and you are in a place where it's easier to ask for help because people who know that they are enough, believe it or not, it's easier to ask for help.
What's up, Stanford,
So you
man?
can grow.
Stanford, I'm happy for you too. Appreciate it, my
Thank
brother.
you.
You mean me and Jen, or me and Mo, or Mo and Jen? What you saying?
Oh, he said equally yoked. Thank you.
Man, we finna all as soon as we get out there live, bro.
Whatever.
Hey, Robert, put that on your agenda, man. One of your shows, man, you need to do the behind the curtain because we got all these people out here trying to act like relationship is all that, everything's perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if you see those videos of these. It'd be like a panel of people and they talk about a relationship. What you know the name
I
of
know
people?
what you're talking about. I just don't remember.
It's
the
a
name.
panel of people that they go around talking about relationship, and ain't none of them in a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What we saw the other day.
Yeah, and they sleeping around with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, hey, this is, and I'm trying. People pay to come see them talk, and I'm like,
yeah, they ask questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the
and
guy
I watch
with the
some.
hat
Yeah, they say some good stuff.
Yeah.
They say good stuff, but it's not like bagged by. It's not bagged by reality. Their reality. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they rehearsed. It's like they know what. They just know what to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I take, and that's one of the things. Like I take stock in the lessons in the book, but also the lessons that I learned in the street. So together, I need both of them, right? You can't just be like a book person talking about how it is on the street. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can read up on it all you want to.
Right.
And I hate to bring it up, but this is why I be talking to a lot of Trump supporters. How y'all think a billionaire know what you're going through? He's a billionaire. He ain't never been without. What y'all think he know what you feel? You know what I'm saying? He don't know what the price of the pump is. You know what I'm saying?
He get driven around. Do he even drive?
So that right now, and I never understood that how people think, oh, he's for us, he's for the people. Girl, you the trailer.
That guy.
Y'all live in the trailer. Y'all don't know that man has no idea what you're going through.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
None.
He knew how to speak your language, and he got your vote.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He knew your fears. He knew what you cared about and stuff like that, and he learned it. You know what I'm saying?
He one thing, because I'm not a Trumper, but I do recognize the qualities that people have, and this dude will lull you to sleep, man.
Absolutely, man.
You see the way he talk, Mason? You're so wonderful. You're wonderful people.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm trying to feel love, man. I'm like, oh, he loved me too.
That's the greatest attribute, man. He's
charming.
He's exactly what they say the devil is.
Charming,
you know what I'm saying?
He's charming, like a snake charm you.
He could do something today and say something tomorrow, and you forget about what he did yesterday.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how he moves,
You're
man.
so wonderful. You're so wonderful, all of you. Who says that? Don't nobody go around saying that, man.
You're so
when you hear
great.
that,
You're great.
yeah. So when you hear that, you're like, oh, I'm special. I'm so special.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like Obama. Obama, he's cheated. He did everything, and he's the worst president ever. Obama, yes, he is. Barack Hussein Obama. If a person came from the bottom, then make it. Then he or she can speak on it. Absolutely, my brother.
Yeah.
So, where you been, man? Stafford, where you been, my brother, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, you always come at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the Rayfield up off here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank everybody for showing up, man. Coming in, commenting, sharing, liking, loving, and whatever else y'all did. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate my boy Mo coming up.
Always appreciate
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Mo, you got something you want to holler at everyone? You got something you want to share before we get off? We had a financial question we want to ask. I think it would have been perfect for you. Talking about retirement, stuff like that. Given this economy, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they're rethinking it because the market's up and down like a seesaw. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about for retirement planning?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is the thing though. That's why you need a financial planner, because and I just say this, I'll just let this be my last thing. That's why you need a financial planner, because there's a bunch of sectors out here in the market, and they know which ones are going up, which ones are going down, right? You got real estate, you got oil, you got, where your cell phone and electronics. So all of those are different sectors. So when you get an investment planner, they will help you diversify your money so that it's not in one sector. I'll tell this story and then I'll be done. But I got hit. I got slammed, man, when we had the when the housing market crashed, because I had two houses and the market crashed and they both went down 50% of the value. And so I use that example because I didn't diversify what I was investing in. I was just invested in real estate, right? I should have been diversified. That way, when I lost money here, I'll be okay over here, but I didn't do that. So that's one of the things. That's the benefits of getting a financial planner. They'll explain that to you, and they'll be able to kind of soothe your mind, because a lot of people think is all in and you lose it all, and it don't work like that. It's a gentle balance of a bunch of things. So just last image I'm gonna leave in everybody's head. Imagine you got your money invested in 20 things, and five of them go down, 15 of them go up. Okay, so it's a balancing act. And if those 15 that are going up got the same value as the 5 that went down, you ain't lose no money. So that's the way.
Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna talk about next week, man. Because a lot of this stuff is, like he said, a trust is mandatory. A lot of people ain't never heard what is a trust. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, it's like foreign to a lot of people, man. Stuff that come easy to maybe you, it may be like, it sounds like that to people who don't really know. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying. So we.
I throw this plug out here. I teach financial literacy basics for free. So get in touch with me. I got my ID. If you look at my,
you do it for free, you can do a class that week then live.
I can do a class anytime.
Can we book you then that week?
Yeah, hey, you only going to get abbreviated class because it takes there's a lot of material.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right,
we got a couple of questions we can throw at you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a question we can throw at you. We ain't trying to get you to reveal all your secrets. Because I want to ask you something about this AI thing they got now. You just get with AI, and AI make the moves for you. I want to ask you next week what you think about that. I'm pretty sure you heard how AI you connect with AI and you just put the money in, and AI is reading the market for you.
Yeah,
You don't have to do nothing.
AI is gonna act as your stockbroker.
I want to ask you. Yeah, I want to talk about that, man, because that's some scary stuff.
I know, because here's the thing: it's all speculation right now because I don't think we've done it long enough to have enough examples. We will talk about it, but I don't think we've done it long enough to have examples to say this was going to happen. But I'll wait so I can.
Okay, man. All right, y'all. Mr. Mo Triplet in the building. Appreciate you coming through, my bro.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right, my bro. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all for coming on, man. We hope y'all heard something that you learned from. We just appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We do this every Tuesday at 7. We would love y'all to share it. You know what I'm saying? Go to our page and share it to somebody else and check this podcast out. These two folk round cool, man. You know what I'm saying? You got anything you want to say, Jen?
Just say everybody take care of yourself and just do those things for you so you can be good to the people around you.
All right,
Self-care.
y'all. Self-care, man. And listen, guess what, y'all? We love y'all and tell them, Jen.
Ain't nothing y'all can
Ain't
do
nothing
about
y'all
it.
can do about it.